The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Devious Dave Rose. Sorry for that distraction there. I just got a call interrupting me here. But, yes, we are here to just test out some shit. Yeah. I do apologize for my annoying SMS alerts there. But they get my attention when I need them. All right, so what are we doing today? We are going to be doing a little bit of Kerbal Space Program. At least that's what we're going to try to do. Can I just get people to confirm that audio is sounding okay? My attention when I seem to hear it through the stream. I do have it a little low, I guess. I gotta get closer. Thing is, though, this mic stand that well, it's not even a stand. It's a jury rig thing. I'm getting rid of that in the next few days and getting a proper mic stand, like you see everyone else using. So it's on the arm, connects to the desk. You won't hear this reverberation anymore. All right, I can't pump up my mic anymore. But you should be able to hear a little bit of the game. And I'll increase that a little bit. Actually, no, I'm going to decrease that because there's going to be explosions in this. Okay, so let's see if this works. I'm going to transition this now. Yeah, it's better because I'm leaning over like fucking Mr. Burns to get close enough to the mic. And this new stand's going to help with that, so I don't have to fucking move. Okay, now this is weird because I've transitioned to the game and it's not really showing anything on the stream. So I'm gonna go into the game now and I'm just gonna see if we get anything here. Actually, this is also what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up, I'm going to get on my phone here, and I'm going to log into the YouTube here from my phone, and see if I can see you guys' comments. So I'm distracted here. It's just never done this before, and I thought I'd try. Let me go back to the stream. Oh, okay, so it is showing up now. Okay, cool. Okay, this is why I also need to set up that second monitor that I got. And in fact, I've got to be setting up Streamlabs soon because I need donations to be able to fucking, do this properly. And, I mean, like a proper monitor stand so that it can either hang off a wall or be on an arm. And, those aren't cheap. Maybe some other things for the computer. Especially when it comes to doing conspiracy or mystery shows and stuff. A lot of people want me to do those. I can't really do the Patreon thing. But, technically I can take donations via Streamlabs. So... Alright, so now that I know that things are working, I've got my phone here showing the video stream. I hate my phone. Well, the one I've got right now. Hopefully I'll be getting this iPhone unlocked soon that I've got. It was gifted upon me. Alright guys, let's have some fun. Okay, I'm trying to monitor the chat so that I'm watching what you guys are saying, but I want to show you guys this game. This game is just so much fun. Inspector Todd says that he's played it. We're going to play sandbox mode. This is basically you've got access to everything and you can do whatever you want. Science, obviously, is you're trying to go through a technology sort of tree, and it has to go through a certain, order. So you're going to have to develop flight first before you can actually develop, more advanced flight like jet engines and rockets and so forth. And career, has like you're an astronaut or an actual an astronaut. Give me a second here, boys and girls. Now, we're going to call this community actually, we'll do this. Community Kerbals. And what kind of flag are we going to get? I got some nice flags here. We're going to make fun of people with this one. This is more like just having fun. There we go. Nice picture of a Kerbal on a flag. And we're good to go with the Community Kerbals universe. Also tell me if the volume's too loud, because it's a little bit loud for me on my computer. Sorry. 1 second here. There we go. All right. So, yeah, we got Gene Kerman, flight director. Hey, why don't you guys tell me this? Do you guys want me to go through this stuff, or just like go through and have some fun and show you guys what you can do? Because the stories are cool, like what they talk about and, the whole setup and such. And they give you a tutorial and stuff, so, I mean, you can do that yourself. The game is $40. This is an older version. It's you can get the game for $40 and you can get it on sale sometimes for less, directly from their website or from Steam. But okay, so basically this is our launch pad, our launch complex, I should say. Got a vehicle assembly building. This is our space plane hangar, tracking station, launch pad. Research and development, which isn't available in the sandbox because that's where you go to develop all the different technologies when you're doing career or tech or science. Astronaut complex, that's where we get our actual astronauts. And administrative building, which is just other shit, awards, badges and shit. All right, so let's see here. I do remember there was the ability to create a name. See here, courage and stupidity. They got a lot of courage, but they also got a lot of stupidity. They've got a lot of different sort of ratings for them and stuff. So what I'd like to do is create one with a certain name, and so now we've got him as a pilot, so we can actually these are the available, and once we actually get the option to man a particular vehicle, we get to choose that person. So their intelligence actually will affect the flight as well, or it can, or their ability to acquire certain information. But yeah, so we'll take this idiot here, and all right. So, what do you guys think? Should I build a rocket? Should I build a plane? You know what? Let's build a rocket. Werner von Karman says, "Hello, the Kyle. I am Werner von Karman, Chief Rocket Engineer. This is a vehicle assembly building. Do not look underneath with the mass graves. On your left, you will find the components to construct your own spacecraft. All right. So, just have fun, Tap says. Awesome. All right. Yes. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about whatever the fuck drama is going on there and whatnot and the fakery and shit. But, all right, let's have some fun here. I really want a crazy craft. So, this will be called, let's see here. Bullfail. Actually, no, suggest a name for this craft while I fucking put it together. We're gonna have a character that will be Bullfrog. He'll be the Kerman version of Bullfrog. Can't remember how to name him, so we'll just, whatever's name that the game provides, we'll just use that. But it's Bullfrog. Then maybe we'll have somebody called Scunty, and you know, so forth and so on. I'm always open to suggestions. But although we can easily make this thing land on all the different planets in this game, we can also make it blow up in most spectacular fashion. And I say we do that. So, we got something that looks very much like a Mercury capsule, one person. And to make things a little bit easier to see, there is a way to change the colors here. So we'll make it black and white. And now what we're going to do is we're going to give them at least a chance to survive here. So we're going to need fuel tanks. This thing can get the fuck out of here. We need decouplers. This thing's going to have to disconnect. Something small? No. There we go. All right, so this thing's going to decouple. Let us eject. Let's take a parachute. I like this game because they updated it a lot, and there's some good quality changes, but it's substantial. So you know, some of these things you lose track of. One parachute, I don't know if it's enough for his weight, but hey, let's see what happens. Now we're going to go with some fuel tanks. And the best and fun stuff is we're going to go with old school, what's called asparagus style launching. So there's going to be multiple fuel tanks that rely on each other, and they're going to break away as needed. So let's see what's going to happen here. This is starting to get fun because I can literally spend so many hours on this where it's just like at one point you're going to be like 8 hours in. It's just like, how did I fucking spend so much time? Well, actually, it's never been that long, but it's been at some points like 5-hour stretches. It's just like you're so focused on creating a good rocket that you haven't even launched it yet, and you're thinking about all these different things. Let's see here. We're not going to really go to orbit. We're just going to go to into the atmosphere. So I'm not going to waste my time on RCS. These are fuel types that are mostly for orbital maneuvering, which I'll show you guys because that's when we're going to get into some really cool things. And this game, I believe, has a multiplayer option in it. Or potentially at least a newer version than the one that I have. But there's mods. That's the great thing. There's mods and stuff for this that you can add. All right, let's get this done. So let's make 2 of these. That should be good, I think. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's get this down here. And you can see these little guys walking around. Those are the Kerbals. So let's see here. We'll do that. We're going to get a rocket now, some sort of engine. Okay, we're going to want one of these, probably one with a gimbal, which is the swivel one here that it's talking about. It's got thrust vectoring, and it should work well in this atmosphere. Oh, Nikki 9 says it's going to make the YR rocket. Yeah. Well, this one is the Bullfrog rocket. Well, I don't know. You know, I'm kind of feeling bad for YR there in the Texas. So this will be Bullfrog. So he's got one ejection coupling here, one rocket. Let's do this. Ooh, solid rocket boosters. Those can get really bad really quick. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna do a little. Actually. Yes. Yeah. This is what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. All right. Let's see here. Where's the fucking couplings again? There. Okay. Okay. We're gonna add 3 of these. If you look in the corner there, you see the change. You can add. So once we're gonna add 3. Yes, this is what we're gonna do. Where are those solid rocket boosters? All right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this might make it a little unstable, which is what we want. Yeah, why not? This actually might be a little too stable. I want to see this thing fuck up in the atmosphere. Nah, fuck it. Let's do it this way. And if it doesn't work, we'll try to fuck it up again. Alright. So we move these guys down. I don't care about fucking adding little cones on there for air performance. Let's see here. We need structural. There we go. And we still we're gonna call this the let's see here. I'm not feeling creative today, at least with the names. I'm usually feeling creative, but okay. So Fat Frog. This is the Fat Frog. Actually, no, this is the Dumb Frog. One. Alright, so now it's staging. Now it's staging. Very important. Okay, so we want the solid rocket boosters to go off with the main engine. And then we want a separate stage. We want 3 structures here to release. So we want these rockets to go off first so that we got the actual thrust. And then we wait, you know, just a moment until they've got enough and we release the actual towers. That'll obviously allow it to continue. At which point, once it's reached, like once these guys have burnt off, we release them, as you can see here. That's them right there, right? If you take a look at the actual, here, look at that. When I put my mouse over the decouplers, you'll see them highlighted, so you know that's the next stage. So these things release. These things release. Keeps going. These guys empty out. They're released. And then we need another stage so that we can decouple this guy. So what happens is this stage goes next, and then the parachute. So we're going to save this, and let's go straight to launch. I'm really liking how this is turning out on the stream. This is looking good, and this game is addictive. It's like heroin almost. Now, granted, I am using currently a computer screen whose resolution is not as it's a TV really, but it's got high def connection. So I've got that connected to my computer, and as such, this particular aspect here, a lot of it actually takes up more space than it should, and I don't know if I'm going to switch it for my other monitor. I'm still trying to figure it out because I've got two, my old monitor and this one that was given to me, which again has the TV inputs and stuff, which is cool, and I can hook up my Xbox if I want to. But when it comes to gaming, the resolution is somewhat limited because it is much more geared towards movies and therefore much wider, I guess. But the oldest screen that I've got, which has been giving me problems, and has a lot of issues, basically, can work for reading a chat, but it's not going to look very good for playing games. So, all right, so here we go. Jebediah. No. We're not. No. I don't think so. We're going back to the. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the Space Center. We're not letting Jebediah on here. Jebediah is the man. Let's see, how are we gonna do this? Signed. Nope. I don't want him signed. Oh, it won't let me. Okay, so Launchpad. I think it's here. We go. I should have paid attention to that. Okay, so I can edit the vessel. Somewhere here is the crew. No. What in the Okay, so it's been a while since I played this clearly. The dumb frog. There we go. Crew, we can recover that. Okay, so there's the crew. Okay, so if we go to here. Yeah, okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Dumb frog. There we go. Load. Crew. There we go. Get out of here. Let's get the retard. Orzor Kerman. And I don't remember how to edit the name. So Orzor is Bullfrog. Now we may launch it. Yes, Ryan Murray, I am gaming. It's been a long time. All right, so here we go. Let's throttle up. Oh, I don't even think I've got. Okay, so you got RCS here, which is for thrusters, and then you've got SAS, which is the built-in computer to be able to control your flight. If not, you got to do it manually, and this thing will wobble, especially if it's bigger. You know what? Let's fuck it. I'm not gonna switch that on. Fuck it. He doesn't deserve. He wouldn't even know to switch that thing on. So Orzor, let's do this. First stage engaged. Okay, so now it's going up. That is a fairly stable design. Something down there on the ground. Up it is. They've got weird things that pop up in the game. Like as in, like, you gotta figure them out, the mysteries and shit. We're getting some good speed here. This is still going straight up, quite stable. If you look at the map, we're getting some good speed, and our target altitude right now is rising above 1,800 kilometers. That is the standard when it comes to. Oh, there we go. solid rocket boosters. Uh-oh. Do you see that? We fucked up. We fucked up. The stages didn't go off. The stages didn't go off. They were supposed to eject the solid rocket boosters and continue on. And essentially now the rocket's still going on. I've got full thrust, and the parachute actually got engaged, and it actually got ruined. When it's red like that, it's actually been destroyed. So let's try to reduce thrust here, and it's not doing it. It's not responsive. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, so now Bullfrog really fucked up. I love how I didn't even intend this, and it just worked. Okay, so there may be a chance to recover the parachute, but the engine won't shut off. Oh, there we go. Finally shut off. And this thing is looking like it's going to land in the sea. 161 kilometers. It's going to hit that in about 2 minutes. Oh, and it ripped off. So that means the decoupler was damaged. Oh, wow. Well, can you... I mean, this is not out of... What's the word? You know what I'm trying to say. It's not to be... come on, there's a stain here. What am I thinking here? It's not out of the blue? No, that's not it. I don't know. I'm just amazed that it's running so well, because it never ran this well on my previous computer. And literally, well, it is the previous computer. All I did was install Windows 10. And yeah, it's still got some kinks to work out. But there was clearly something going on with my graphics card and the way Windows 10 was understanding the drivers that were totally valid. But, you know, since I did create another miracle, as I am known as Mr. Miracle in the computer world, not only was able to get this working better than it ever has on the same hardware, but I was able to get Apex Legends running, which means that I will be playing a lot more games with Nikki, and chances are there's a lot more games that I thought were out of my hardware league that will work just fine, and it was really just a stupid Windows thing, as always. Oh, and that's a very good point. Ryan Murray says it's the Kerbal space program. So, yeah, I'm getting tired, too, of, you know, this soon-to-be corpse floating in space, but he's finally almost reached his perigee. So, let's just... Or apogee, sorry. Perigee's below. Sorry, I'm scratching my back. Let's fast forward it a bit. Okay, so now... Okay, so... Oh, shit. Okay, we are at 63 kilometers up. Okay, we need to... The other stage is going to be coming down quick. I don't know if it's going to hit us or anything. But, let's see here. The atmosphere should now be acting on us with drag. And, yeah, we're going to see this. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so the atmosphere is now hitting us about 38 kilometers up. And the capsule is made to sort of... if I was to press the SAS actually keeps it stabilized. If I let it go, it sort of wobbles. Problem is, though, there's the launch site, launch complex. But Bullfrog, you fucked it up. Oh, there it. Oh, he's lucky. This bastard is fucking lucky, dude. Star Trek Online. Abso-fucking-lutely, man. I have an account there. I was playing it for years. And unfortunately I got out of it, and when I tried to get back into it, I couldn't fucking play it. I didn't remember how to play it and how well I used to play, because I did. But yeah, if you want to fucking get on that and you're on that, you want to play, yeah, I'm down. Because I'd you know, this I'll play alone, obviously, because it's fun to do this. But, you know, Star Trek Online obviously is MMO, and it only makes sense to play that with people that, you know, want to do something. So, though I do kind of like the solo games and the solo missions, and you can actually craft your own if you've got access to the Forge system and stuff, which I think you got to pay for. But I do like the idea of actually making your own missions and having other people try them and stuff. But Star Trek Online is an extremely good game. Considering what they have to work with and all the shit that they got to deal with, it's an extremely good game. All right, let's make this smaller. Actually, before we do, look at this. We got about 5.5 meters per second as we go down to the ground. Our shadow shows us coming in. We are about 500 so meters, so half a kilometer up. But what we could do also is we could actually see if there we go. Bullfrog is dumb enough to think he can just let go. So, oops. Oh, Bullfrog, why did you let go? Ah. Whoops. Well, that was the expendable part of the mission here, because thankfully we are now coming down with a beautiful touchdown, and we can recover that, and we're good. So if we just go to tracking station, and there's the dumb frog, the ship, because the pilot obviously was disposed of, and we say recover. So now our costs are essentially negligible. Beautiful. So I think we need another launch, a Scunty launch. Let's see what, because Scunty would go big, so let's see what Scunty would do. Yeah, Scunty might make a plane. Actually, no. That would be other people. Let's make another rocket. Let's make a crazier rocket. I want this asparagus launching system, the old style that can lead to a lot of fucking wobbliness and problems. So, we're gonna reload. Dumb frog. This time, though, we're going to shake... Oh, we also know that we fucked up or I fucked up, obviously. But I'm sharing this with you, so it's your fault, too. We fucked up with the staging. Something fucked up there. So we got to figure this out. Let's take this guy, put him over here. This will be the Dumb Frog 2. And we'll save that. Zoom in. These fuckers off. Okay, we want staging 4. Let's see here. Okay. Actually, no. First this. So I just cloned it. This fuel tank go. Just making a shorter fuel tank. Provide some wobbliness because it's not in the middle, so these things will start to wobble against each other. That should be good. We need the piping now. So these things should all be feeding into here, into the main one. And it doesn't want to show it. Sometimes it depends on where you add them. Yeah, there you go. See now, every single one's feeding into the main one. Let's give them some aerodynamics at least. Kind of excessive, but okay. Ejection's going to give us a problem. That's going to be good. And why not? Let's have some solid rocket boosters as well. No, I think that should be good, actually, to be honest. That should give us a nice difference from what we just saw. Right. All right, so again, now with the Dumb Frog 2, we need to examine the staging again. I don't know why this shit's here. Oh, it's okay. So first thing is we need rockets going off. Rockets go off. Release, decouple, and then decouple, and then that. Well, that's what it says. Let's see how dumb Bullfrog's engineering gets with this. Oh, crew. Not. These guys aren't expendable. These are the originals, and they've suffered enough. Who's dumb? This guy, Billy Bobus. Yeah, why not? Billy Bobus. Signed. Save. Let's get this done. The Dumb Frog 2? Yes, Feslov. Yeah, because we went through the first one. But we're just getting started because I want to go big. As in, like, let's make this huge fucking rocket that is just going to waste so much fuel just trying to get off the ground, and it's going to fail miserably. The explosions in this is what I want to show you guys. All right, let's get this shit done. Throttle up. Control tower, do I have permission to launch? Who's in the capsule there? Get the hell out. Fuck you. Look at me, I'm Rose on Titanic. Let's put a little spin into that. Maybe a little curvature. Oh, Bullfrog, no! No, Bullfrog. Eject, no! Oh! Bullfrog, what'd you do? There go the rockets. Look at that. Froggle up, I like it. Now let's go back to the, let's just revert the flight. Revert flight to launch. Let's see how far we can push this ship. And we did put that flaw in there with the decouplers being way too high up. But let's do this. No SAS, though. We want to see if this thing will operate without a computer taking over for Bullfrog. So, launch. Here we go. As we get into the, you'll see up here the atmosphere. This is the thick part of the atmosphere. You'll start to see things happen around here normally. At least bad things sometimes because of the vibration. up here, but we're going supersonic. Velocity is here. We can actually change that orbit, normal speed of surface. This is our program. See, we're really going up here. Oh, check them. They didn't actually interfere as much as I thought they would. I thought they were going to go wonky. And now we have a... Oof, we're really going up high. Let's see if we can alter that. Oh. Is Bullfrog actually going to be successful in this? Oh, no, doesn't look like it. It's now pointing down almost. Oh, no, no. Bullfrog, no. And he's still got a lot. Look at all the rocket fuel. This ship can easily get into orbit, no problem. Could it decelerate enough to? Like, this isn't made to land. This is only meant to get into orbit. Let's see if I can. Can Bullfrog recover? Can Bullfrog recover? Actually, all I had to do is shut off the engine, but Bullfrog wouldn't have realized that. Alert! 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 Oh. See, the cool thing, though, is if you are taking this seriously and you are trying to play like an actual pilot, this is an actual scenario where you'd have to try to figure this out. And, you know, if you had RCS jets on here, or engines, I should say, you'd be able to better stabilize the rotation here. See, I'm using the computer now to try to assist. But it's not enough. It doesn't have enough power. Let's see here. Oops, fuel. Well, I've got monopropellant, but I've got no thrusters to use them. And my energy is constantly going down. But it can actually go up when I use the rocket. It starts to recharge the actual cells. And again. Let's see here. So he's now in space. The frog is in space. I repeat, the frog is in space. And he's going straight to the... straight into the ocean. So... he's got to, let's see if we can, we're doing a reverse thrust against our direction. Actual pieces still floating in orbit. Okay, so this is turning around. And if I remain in pointing towards Kerbal Space Center, I might actually be able to attempt a landing there. But, a little out of hand here. Let's see. I want to go retrograde. Just like, oh, there it is. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm trying to go in the total opposite direction of where I'm falling. Well, there it goes. I just used the last of that fuel, and as you can see, we're still very high up here. We're 78 kilometers up, And we're gonna, right now, we are actually targeting this little point here on the end of this part of the continent. And because the atmosphere is going to slow us down, we're probably going to be a lot more inland. So you're going to, if you had this open, this window open, as you're monitoring this, you'd probably see it. The velocity, though, is very, very quick. We haven't hit the atmosphere yet, so it might overshoot. Yeah, it's currently overshooting, but depends. We should be hitting it about, I guess, 38, 40 kilometers up. We're going to get dragged there, and we'll see how much further it actually slows our fall to that point. But we're going really fast. We're going supersonic right now. And yeah, so we're going to disconnect that. This thing's going to just throw off there. And that might even blow up because of the heat generated. And we don't want to put our parachute on just yet because it will burn up. Usually 10 kilometers is sufficient. See how now we're outside, well, we're now fully in the atmosphere, and we're not getting the thermal effects. This thing is 6 kilometers below us and increasing in distance. And once that disappears, that means it's been destroyed. So now we're more than fine to eject this. Just our standard parachute. You know what we're going to do next? Instead of killing anybody, we're going to make an all-star team. Me and Nikki Nines and I don't know, Foulmouth Ken. There we go. Chute is opening. We're about 500 meters, half a kilometer from the surface of the ocean. Falling at about 5 meters per second, which is considered safe. Oh, but what's that? But this is... You shouldn't be stepping outside here, Bullfrog. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to wait until the ship is done landing before... No, Bullfrog, no! What are you doing? No, Bullfrog. Oh, you're activating your rocket pack? That's not going to save you. Oh, it did, unfortunately. Oh, well. Well, maybe next time, Bullfrog. Maybe next time. All right, so we're going to go to the tracking station. I want to see some explosions. Okay, so we're going to cover the, oh, we can't. I guess it's been destroyed. Oh no, it's still in flight. How's that possible? Oh, it's because it's still landing. There we go. Now it's recoverable. Oh man, that's funny. Let's just go straight to the Space Center. Fuck those things. We're going to go and be big. Also looking at the chat here, Super Joint Ritual says, Dave Rose, Mellow Yellow, Bullfrog, YR. Yeah, Mellow could suffer a fate here, but let's actually show you how cool this game is. Let's actually take things serious and build something that's badass. Okay, so we're going to call this the... actually, you know what? We're going to call this the NHF 5. Like, you know, the Saturn 5. So, yeah. So this is Nikki Nines, Mars, Ken. And now we're going to pick a proper 3-man crew capsule. And This thing's going to be big, so we got to raise it all up here. By the way, for those that haven't really looked at what these things are, this is a kernel. These little guys here. Kind of like, I wish I could remember their names right now, but in Fraggle Rock, they've got the little guys that, I can't, and I feel so ashamed for not remembering, because that was one of my favorite shows, but regardless of my inebriation. Yeah, okay, it's a joke, man. Cool. Like, I'm not even, like, monitoring the chat so much as to even know what people are saying. I'm just fucking having fun here. That's what it's about. But yeah, these, someone could remind me, due to my stupidity, as to what the little cute green guys are underneath, you know, where they, you know, in Fraggle Rock, where they live with the Fraggles. The dozers, there we go. I knew it. See, it takes a... My computer isn't solid state. It's more magnetic tape. But, you know, if you want a good example of that, look at Civil War with Zola, the computer system, and then you'll know who Dave Rose is.
Hey, Scottman, if you want the truth about Dave Rose, look at that movie. They actually wrote it about him, man.
So, let's build a motherfucking rocket. Something that can at least take us around the moon. We're not going to try to land with this fucker just yet, because you'd have to make a proper lander. At least spending more time. I just want to show you guys how powerful this shit is. So, we're going to need a heat shield, because the heat that's going to come back when we try to re-enter the atmosphere from the moon, it's spelled M-U-N in this game, is going to be substantial. So, bear with me here. Jeez. All right. Couplers, decouplers. Okay, there we go. Save this just in case. All right, so this is going to be in the similar fashion as the Saturn V rocket, as I mentioned. Let's see here. We got this one. Where's the next one? Almost down here. What's this one? Shout out to Travis TLC in the chat there, my best friend. Okay, so here's where we need the RCS fuel. No. Where is it? There it is. There was another one though. There used to be another one that was smaller. This is a lot of fuel. Like, it's too much fuel actually. Fuck it, we'll do it anyways. Fuck it, we'll do it live. I don't. The problem is that, you know, if hey Cam, what's up, man? I don't want to say, okay, these guys are the foul-mouthed crew or the no hard feeling crew, and then they die on the mission. Okay, I want to fucking keep these guys alive. But there's so many different ways to configure an actual ship that you could use a service bay, for example, right? Think of it this way. You got this thing in here, right? A service bay. You could put the fuel in here, right? And it's similar to what you had with Apollo, where it's just like you've got the service module, right? Which is the thing that was at the bottom of the capsule, and it had the fuel for all these different things, but it wasn't just like one type of fuel. It had multiple types of fuels. It had batteries, all these different things that would actually help it. So you know what, we're gonna do it the Soviet style, which is just like throw it all in and just make it work. So let's just push with the cock you got, as they say. So we're gonna need a battery unit here. We need to power this shit up. Electricity. All right. But you could get real fancy here and make these things look, you know, just like fucking Apollo or something. Skipper, are we gonna take that one? Is it Skipper? Yeah. Skipper's probably the best for these sorts of interplanetary orbital maneuvers. Although this one's not bad. Let me just remind myself, 1379. Yeah, this one's better, more, actually, this is better more for atmospheric work. But this is, you know, it looks similar to the Apollo mission, is it? We got Famau says he has the module built by Burger King, and then he gets the gas for 1 cent cheaper for McDonald's. Good. Oh, I guess there's more discussions. What do you? What are you making a lunar module? No, I'm actually only making a lunar orbiter. Okay, I could make a lander, but I don't want to keep everyone forever, you know. And you know, I'll do it eventually, but I want to make obviously a proper lander and all that. I'll show people how to do this, but right now it's just for fun and making shit blow up and giving people names from the community and then watching it blow up. So let's see here. All right. So Ken, you should be personally invested in this because of the fact that you are part of the NHF 5 team, and you guys are going to be launching on this. So hopefully things work out. And I am trying to make this. I'm doing Soviet style, you know, a little too powerful, but our intentions is to return at least 2 out of 3 alive. You know, those are good odds. So now we got to go to engines. We need RCS thrusters, but they move them. So command control. There we go. Okay, so you'll notice that as well. This is the front, by the way, of the module. But you'll notice the Apollo had these things all around. We're going to put 4 up here. Oops. Clone them. Put them down here. That should be sufficient to roll this thing around and give us at least some sort of maneuvering abilities, although they might not be the best. So let's add this in here as well. Actually, let's put one there. Next, we're going to need I'm going to keep these guys alive, so we need some parachutes. This isn't going to dock with anything, so we're going to choose a drogue chute. There it is. Yeah, this is good for trying to break down a lot of speed, because we're going to be coming back from the moon, and you know, you need to break the speed. Ken says, yes, I'm hoping you build a good ship and we survive. I'm hoping too, bro. But it's in God's hands now. And I don't mean Nick's. So, alright, so we need to now get another decoupler here. Actually, I can't wait to show you guys how to do a spacewalk, actually in space. Rather than just jumping off the craft like Bullfrog did and, you know, falling to his death. Nope. And it's important too, because you got to take a look at this ejection force here compared to here. That's a very big thing. You want to make sure you have as much ejection force as possible, because you don't want this thing hanging out behind you, because it can hit you. The debris can hit you. All right, so next up, we go to. We need a fairing to provide us with a link to a larger piece that I think actually is structural. I can't remember where to find this one. You got a lot of cool things in here, actually. I can't wait to show those off, but you got radiators, you got nuclear reactors, a lot of cool things. Air intakes, aerospike engines. Come on, man. Like, how hard is it to find Dave Rose? Come on, man. Like, what the hell? There we go. Boom. Boom. Okay, so that's now more looking like it. It's going to be a tough one to raise this weight, though. This is going to be heavy. But all three of those boys are big, and they like to eat. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, engine-wise, let's get a big mofo. This motherfucker. Actually, is it this one? Yes. What we do want, though, pisses me off when I can't remember where to find the shit. Fuck it. Straight up. Alright, decoupler. I think that this game. Oh fuck! I'm fucking wrong. Whatever. I think this game is a great game. This game is a great game, but $40 could be cheaper. Ken says he'd have the hat and the necklace underneath an astronaut suit. Yes. Now, here's what's weird is. This is supposed to actually, it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be flush, it's not supposed to be doing that, so I'm picking the wrong one, I think. That's the clamp. Stack separator, no, those aren't strong enough. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it doesn't matter. There's enough structural stability that won't give us a problem. So, boom. After all, it is Soviet design. We just throw as much as possible against it. What are we looking at here? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Fuel tanks. Okay, let's look at these bad boys. Here, the engines. Okay, so look at this. Pull this down. Okay, so this is to give you guys a good idea as to how tall it is. could be taller. In fact, this is already a lot of weight, and we're going to need. I'm trying to think here. We've got this engine to get this basically to the moon and back to Earth. We've got this that's supposed to get us stabilized in orbit, and this is supposed to get us at least 2 orbits. So yeah, we're going to need to add another tank here. And the problem is now the weight is substantially increased, which means that we're probably going to need some rocket boosters to help us at least get the initial thrust that we need. Because if not, this thing won't fucking get off the ground. Let's delete that. And see, the thing is, though, I could use rocket boosters. I could actually just use like another rocket like this, just smaller, and just stage it in such a way that it will go. And I can use a throttle that will actually affect them. Rocket booster, once it's on, it's on. Also, look at this. These are essentially engines like the space shuttle, and they're very powerful too. But you can attach them separately. I want these guys to survive. Yeah, that's more of a vacuum-based engine. Let's see. Oh, I see. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need some rocket boosters here. It's the only way I can see that we're gonna get this off the ground. Let's get the biggest bad boys we can. This is 2948. Yeah, these guys. Decouplers. Let's get the big boys. Okay, so these actually sit off the rocket substantially, which is good. You don't want them getting too close. So you can see these are big, so we're going to need to raise these up to here. Put these here. Then zoom in. Lower them. Oops. Now it doesn't want to fucking cooperate. Look at that. What you gotta do? Something else I was thinking, we're going to probably need, because of the size of these things, to actually eject them away from the rocket, or it'll blow up. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here as well. Oh God, foul mouse talking some foul shit. Oh God, you crazy kids. All right, well, you guys have fun, and I'm going to actually try to keep these guys alive. So. Try to pray for the boys. Okay, so what we need right now is to attach these things appropriately. Come on now. Oof, I'm not a fan of the distance between them, but okay. Rocket engines, we want these little small guys. When they eject, they'll force this way, and we want a little bit more of. Oh, yeah. That's what we want. This work. Yeah. Okay. So. What we're looking at here is we want these things to push away from the rocket once it's ejected. So we're going to put them here, and then we're going to rotate them. You can see that. So when they're ejected this way, this will actually send them in a curvature this way. So it's once they curve, they should be given enough distance to not hit the rocket. Hopefully that's what happens. Just to be sure, let's put another one on this side. Oops. So each rocket now has 4 solid rocket boosters, or mini solid rocket boosters, to essentially throw them off and away from the main rocket. Okay, I'm gonna save this. See how the stages start to get quite full. Yeah. Let's see here. We need some aerodynamics. We want to get these solid rocket boosters covered. Okay. We don't care about recovering these at all. Normally, if you're playing this game, you might, because there might be, if you're playing non-sandbox, you want to recover your costs and stuff, and that's why you want to recover, what's it called, equipment and such, just for the fact that you get resources back and so forth. Okay, so I'm excited because we're almost ready to go here. What we do want to do is connect this. So now the plan is to figure out the staging, and this is important. Oh! Also very important is we need some extra, we need some fucking extra, what are they called? Parachutes. These are okay, so we want these. These are the ones that are going to be used once the drogue cuts out, to essentially allow us to land, whether it be on water or land. And I do appreciate the 20 viewers that are watching right now. I'm not paying attention too much because I can't really do that, and it's difficult with my phone. But let's see, we want 3. And you'll notice that too a lot with capsule spacecraft, is they usually have 3 parachutes. Alright, and the reason is because they want it to land in a certain way so that it doesn't come completely flat down, and that's because they need to make sure that, you know, the spines of the people landing are essentially okay. So, alright, so let's see here, we're going to save this again, and let's start this off. So, stage 10. So this is actually a 10-stage rocket. Stage 10 needs to start with these, which we see in stage 6 right now, and these, which are in stage 8. So, stage 8, we're going to move all those to stage 6. We're going to move stage 6 all the way down to the bottom. Okay. So now, first step is these guys go off first. Then we get a release of the launch towers. Once those are released, we need this thing to go off. We need the decoupler, which is in stage 5. So we're going to move that now down right here. Okay. So these guys go off. This thing keeps going. Oh no, no. This thing goes off. These guys keep going, but once they're done, we need these guys to go off, the decouplers. We gotta figure out here where the decouplers are. So if we try to highlight them, there we go. Okay, they're in stage 5. Stage 5. Okay. These guys go off. These guys continue. Then these guys get released. This main rocket continues. Then this decoupler. Where's this decoupler? 6. They go off. Main rocket finish. Decouple. Oh no, see, there we go. Those 5 there are the little ones. Those actually need to be when the big ones detach, which is here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Dave, no. Okay, so what did I fuck up? Is it that undo? I might have, yeah, I just fucked up the whole thing. Okay. Or maybe not. We'll see. Okay, good job, Dave. Let's start again then. 6 and 8. So 6 goes into 8. 6 goes into 8. You son of a bitch. Put a bullet in him. Put a bullet in him. So these and 6 again. These and this. So these are there, these are there. Okay. Next, these guys go off. Next, those guys go off. And we know that when these guys go off, we need the little rockets. There we go. Okay. So when these guys go off, the little rockets go off as well. Perfect. Then we've got this decoupler, right? Perfect. All right, let's save this before I fuck it up again. And then we need this rocket to go off. Where's this rocket? That one. So if we scroll up here, that one, stage 1, should come after this decoupler. So this decouples, rocket goes, and what the fuck are these? Why are these up here? Oh my god, sometimes this could be a challenge. Let me just quickly go back to the chat here, because I don't want to just pretend I'm ignoring you guys. Unemployed Clam says, watching Rose build a rocket is more entertaining than 6 months of monetize this combined. I can't blame you. Are those Star Wars any fun? I've never played those, or I know there's a movie. Well, actually, I believe there's several movies of that whole thing. Or there's Lego movies where they've got all the different characters. Never even watched that. Ryan Murray does chime in, says, yes, great fun. The new ones, I'm not sure. Fatmouse says, let's do this, Dave, come on. Please, I hope this works. So do I, man. But there's you got to pay attention to the staging. And the bigger resolution you can get, the more you can see, but right now that's somewhat limited to me. So let's see if we can get this off the ground. I just have to fix the final staging here, and we're good to go. So, all right. So let's do this again. Rockets go off, right? Yeah. Next stage, release. Next stage. Hey, when it highlights this shit. Okay, so highlights, sorry. Release. Next stage. Some of them are selected, but others are not. Now, then it's that. It's that. So these should fucking be here. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So, these are released. All these, there's a decoupler there, which is these, yep. Then it's that. This engine engages. Looking around. Someone buy me a new mouse. Okay, engages. This one has to go. Parachutes there. Up to the top. Oh, okay, I know why. Just a separate system. So, okay, so engine goes. Decouple. No, that's the wrong spot, asshole. Engine goes. Decouple. Engine, which needs to be in a separate spot. Okay, so and again. So engine goes off, decouple. Engine goes on, decouple. Yep, and then where the hell did the other parachutes go? So those go, but where did it go? There it is. Okay, so the drogue one needs to go first. That's... Ah! Oh my god. I'm fucking ready to kill somebody right now. So, no, I don't want to leave this fucking monitor. Okay, so. No. Okay, so this one goes off first, then these. Finally, save it. Holy shit.
Of course, mon, we're colonizing the clout from outer space, mon.
Yeah, you see that, guys? That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. Should I launch it the way it is, or should I reinforce it, guys? Because I don't think these guys are going to survive if I send them up this way. These rockets are too heavy, and we're going to have problems. Just going to wait for you guys to respond in the chat here. By the way, they also have music in this game as well. You can, I've got it switched off and stuff, but I got the sound effects working. Inspector Todd says launch. We can always revert, I guess. We can always somewhat cheat and just pretend it never happened. But okay, throttle up. Not full. We're going to give it about 60%. Because we're going to get a lot of the rockets behind the doxing. Possibly. Or it's this guy, Jebediah. He's the coolest. But okay, so... very precarious. Any change in the rotation. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm gonna try to stabilize. No, no, no. Come on. Come on, you can do this. No, no. No, no, no. Okay, we're gonna try to... We're gonna see what we can do with this. We've lost our solid rocket boosters. They did work a little bit. They got us up a little bit, but they ripped off, and they're still going, and they're going to go until they shut off. You can't turn them off. We have a throttle, so I just throttled it full, and we are starting to dip now, so there's going to be a problem. Our orbit is definitely off. We're going to want to try to at least wait till about 100 kilometers before we try to circularize. Going, but also I should have installed solar panels on this. So we're gonna throttle down. Oof. Actually, no. We're gonna just use the rest of this. See if we can. Okay, so we have a polar orbit actually going for us right now. Check this. That's what you gotta watch out for parts and shit, because it just got shot the shit out of. And we're gonna have to wait till we get up to here, 196 kilometers, to actually be able to circularize and actually get into a stable orbit. After that, we're going to get to the moon. You can see here, the moon is over there. I am going to try to fix the orbit as well, because this is going to give us a polar orbit, which isn't good for trying to get to the moon. We want a more equatorial type orbit. There's the body of Billy Bulbous, Bullfrog, Kerbal. I really do hope that we can make it there and back. I don't want these guys to die. But I should have put on... Actually, no, maybe I'll make them come back to Kerbal. That's the planet. But, yeah, they're going to need some solar panels and other stuff to come back from the moon alive, is what I'm saying. So, let's see here. We're getting close to this. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to... First, we're going to activate RCS. You can see here. Let's try to take this first. We're not going to let it. Perfect. All right, so we're just about ready to fire. We're going to circularize in about T-minus a minute. And we've got a lot of fuel in this stage here. Stage 5. Back to the chat here. Foul Mouse is concerned for the fate of the crew. What the hell is those goddamn things do? They were all dancing around. Lol, look at me, Mars, and Nikki, bro. We don't look happy. We almost died. Dave proven immunity awards with playing this game. Well, I don't know if that falls into the smartest person in the community, but whatever. Okay, so we're basically there. Now, there's different things you can do. I'm not going to get too advanced, because you could do something like this. Oh. Add maneuver. We're not going to do that just yet, because that's fun stuff, because that's where you get advanced stuff, which makes things so much easier. You could do that and like literally just program how to get into the orbit of a next planet, and that's it. We're doing this all manual now, just so I can show you, you know, when you need to show the right stuff, Dave Rose can provide. So this is more like the initial days of astronauts and space travel. So what we want to do is we need to make sure that we are facing prograde. activate RCS, activate SAS, and now we hit hard. So what we're trying to do is essentially increase our orbit. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to accomplish that because we should have started earlier. But if we aim exactly prograde, we should be able to skip enough to get this into orbit. So we're also building up a lot of speed here. And as long as we continue to point specifically at prograde, we're going to get the necessary orbital velocity to sustain a stable orbit. Yeah, Ken, that's also a great part of this game, is just watching the reaction of the Kerbals, because they do freak the fuck out, especially when things go bad. Okay, so you can see this. This is now getting real big, but we're going to be able to maintain orbit. Okay, so we need to make sure it's at least 100. The atmosphere starts going at 60, but we want 100 for a stable orbit. Okay, that's good enough. Now, see this? Up here, we're now almost 1 million kilometers from the moon. At least that's our apogee. Our perigee is the closest, apogee is the furthest. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to, once we get to this point, we're going to want to bring this down to the same orbital altitude, which will make it a lot more stable, a lot more easy to fix. Because right now, this is the orbit that got fucked up. We'll be able to make this actually, we're going to rectify this by going by the, depending where we are, the anti-normal, which will bring this down and make it equatorial. At that point, we'll be able to get to the moon. And we'll see how much fuel we have left. But look at this. We're still using our fifth stage, and this thing has, you know, a substantial amount of fuel in it. But for some reason, I guess my clicking actually moved it. So you got to be careful with that. That's supposed to be stage 5. So, and the cool thing is that little line there shows that there's radio contact between KSP, the Kerbal Space, KSC, Kerbal Space Command, or Kerbal Space Complex, and your craft. So in a game that's not sandbox, this is useful for sending, because for example, you're running an experiment in space, you got this data, and it's just sitting in your data banks. So if you want the points and stuff, you send it right back, and if you're in radio communication, you're good to go. So it looks like I'm no longer in radio communication with Kerbal Space Center, but there is something else down there. I'm not too sure what it is that it's pointing at. It must be just hitting the horizon. But yeah, usually that little green line is connected to one of these points or something like that. Let's see here. You can also forward the time, so warp it. So I'm going to just do it a little quicker. Okay, so now what we do is we activate RCS, deactivate RCS. We want to get into retro. We need to pull that orbit down. Okay, so now it's going in reverse. You'll see that the orbit is decreasing. So this is at about 100. We want this down at about 100 as well. But we don't want this going too low, right? 100, 4, 94. Once you get to each point, either the perigee or the apogee, at that point you would fine-tune it so that you could get it 100 and 100 or whatever the case may be. So actually, let's go back here, look at our craft, and let me just quickly see here. We're going into the dark side, so we're not to do this just yet. But once we get up to here, actually, hold on. This is actually the perfect time to go to the anti-normal. This fucking thing, though, wants to... let's see here. This should be it. It's been a while since I played it. Okay, so if I I'm trying to get this thing equatorial. Ken had a job interview today and wore an old blazer that doesn't fit and doesn't shave. He got the job. Well, Ken has work ethic. And as soon as I can try to get this stabilized, I want to show you guys the EVA. We're going to have one of these boys step out of the capsule and do a little spacewalk. How much fuel do we have? Oh, we got a substantial amount. Okay, so... Can't remember how to get this done. I could use a maneuvering, but... Since we're in dark, we're going to just fast forward here. Time warp. Just do it. And I'm going to get out to where the ship can be close to the sun. No, probably because we're too close to... Oh, that's why. Shit, we might have a problem here, people. We're getting a little too close to the atmosphere. This is not good. We should have enough momentum to actually swing us back out, and when we're up here, we should be able to fix the orbit. That's not good. Yeah, we're going through the atmosphere now, which means we're getting drag. And that's not good. Let's see if we can point ourselves into the direction of this. Fix our descent. So we should see an increase in speed. Alright, so we should be okay. Should be. Oh, well, we've disabled our parachutes, but we are going through the atmosphere. And yeah, we'll be able to get out of this. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Just kick off this final stage here. Unfortunately, those things behind us are gonna, or these stages are gonna remain in orbit. So now we're basically got enough momentum that we're shooting through the atmosphere. And causing too much stress on our system, because you can actually test that and see when things overheat. Let's just forward time a bit here. They're going nuts. Ah. Good point, Travis. So did I. All right, so we're climbing 68 kilometers. Let's see if we can increase the speed a bit faster. There we go. All right, so now we're getting into sunny side of the earth. Okay, we don't want to be at fucking 600,000 kilometers. So we're going to go into retrograde. Hold on. Yeah, it is a waste of fuel. But whatever. We're still way too fucking high. Oof, that's not good. Well, we'll make sure we land on land. Now or never, boys. Since I guess bad lighting. Okay, well, there you go, Jebediah. He's gonna go out. There's supposed to be a light. And there it is. So, interesting. Oh, there we go. All right, good. I was a little worried. All right, so he's also supposed to have lights. Why don't those turn on? Someone wants to remind me what the fucking command was to fucking activate the lights. I'd appreciate it. But he's got lights on his helmet and shit. But we don't want to venture too far away from the capsule. Oh, man. If I could just remember. There we go. Oof. Let me just, you know what? I gotta look this up, what it's called. KSP, EVA lights. Key. L? That's what I was pressing. Maybe it's you. There we go. Whew. Okay, so it's you. So yeah, he's got lights, and we are now falling quite quickly towards the ground. So he's going to get in. And since this stage is essentially done, we're going to try to use it to slow our descent. We are now proceeding at 306,000. Sorry, that's our altitude. 303 kilometers. 1,000 kilometers, velocity of 1,000, meters per second. And now we're going to try to slow ourselves down. Although not that necessary because we're still quite far up. But looks like we're going to land on land. And if I had more fuel, I could actually probably land at Kerbal Space Center. But we have practically nothing left in this main tank. So we're just going to try to give it, let us have a final sort of pushback. And we still have a substantial amount of monopropellant, so we can actually use that to slow us down as well. So, well, that wasn't what I was looking for. What the fuck was that? New command, I guess. Interior lights. Okay, so what we want to do... Plus, we're getting to burn off some of the weight as well. Oh, welcome to Danny MT. Sorry again, people, that I'm not keeping up with the chat. I'm trying to make sure that this thing doesn't explode. Oh, I did not mean that. I'm trying to scroll here and I did not mean to do that. What the Sorry, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. So, let's see if we can... We'll just use the rest of our fuel. We're actually effectively slowing the craft down. 60 kilometers. This isn't going to help very much, but it is helping vent this shit off. Yeah, these guys are freaking out now. Watch that. They're not too happy. Coming in steep. This is not the attack vector that you want when it comes to coming in from the moon. So we're going to eject. Now we gotta wait to activate the drogue. And that should be enough because this is the atmosphere where you want to release it. And it's claiming that it's not going, so we'll see. It should activate because it's still functional from what we see here. This is where the heat shield is so important. And it also tells me that yes, I should have waited to activate the drogue. Guy, oh, thank God. There they go. I wasn't sure if you guys were going to make it. So now our surface speed is diminishing. We've only got about 6 kilometers before we hit the ground. And hopefully we can actually slow us down sufficiently so that we don't blow up. About 3 kilometers right now. Parachutes are fully activating. About 2 kilometers up. Our speed has now come down to an appropriate 5.5 meters per second. Life signs from the crew appear good. We're getting word that recovery team is on its way. This has been, after all, the first successful flight of the No Hard Feeling crew upon the NHF-5 rocket. A truly momentous event in the community. Unlike the previous events that we've witnessed, where particular idiots decided to get off the capsule before it had even landed, these 3 intelligent individuals have chosen to remain stuck to their seats, paying attention to every little thing. And if I can, let's quickly go, as we are about 1 kilometer up. We go to the view of the pilot as he monitors the internals with his crewmates there, Mars Mira and Falmascan. That's right, Falmascan. And now we go back to the outside. We're now about 93 meters. Coming down on the nice steps of Kerbal. A nice descent at 5.4 meters per second, 79 meters. Touchdown, touchdown. This is the first successful expedition of the No Hard Feeling crew. And as we see here, whoops, we have the first to step out. It's Nicky Nines himself. Oops. Then we've got, hold on. I don't remember the commands, but there we go. Okay, so now we've got Mars Mira come out, and last but not least, we've got Falmascan. And he just drops right off. And then, with his boys, Falmascan says,
Yo, fuck you, Scott. You're never gonna be part of No Hard Feelings.
And with that, he takes the No Hard Feelings flag and he plants it in the ground. as a reminder of Skunt will never be part of NHF. Word to your mother. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for these individuals? They did such great, great things in space today. Truly great, I would say. So we're going to leave these boys here. We're going to go back to the Space Center. Yes, Veslav, a much more successful mission than Bullfrog 2. So far, so good. I think this has worked out quite well. Let me just quickly go back to the stream here. It doesn't work when I'm... it's called when I'm outside the game. Can't see what's going on, but... yeah, we've been going on for 2 hours. It's not too bad. I don't know if anyone wants to call in just to let me have a moment so I could roll a joint and not give you guys dead air. But I'd be willing to continue to play some things. I want to, you know, I'd be willing to show you how easy it is to land on the moon. Actually spend some time on a proper Saturn V type rocket, which would at least allow for, you know, somebody to land on the moon. And the moon's a very cool place. The environments, the textures and stuff, really, really cool stuff. You can put a rover on there as well if you want. There's so much stuff that you can do. This game really is just so much fun. Oh, looks like somebody's saying something on... oh, no, there's a different message. Let's see here. But there's, I mean, you can even make jet planes. And in fact, you can make like hypersonic type jet planes, like a SR-71 if you wanted to. You can make like a jetliner. You can make just about anything you want. And it's just so much fun, to be quite honest, because you can be so creative. And, you know, it's also the best part is when things explode and don't go the way that you expected them, just like we saw with the the booster rockets there for the NHF rocket. It's just funny. So, personally, I'd like to keep going. Also,
I want to be a Scott Mon. I'm also feeling kind of lazy, so if someone wants to buy me a pizza, Mon, or something, I'd really appreciate it, Mon. Because I'm feeling lazy, Mon.
and plus that would allow me to concentrate my efforts and show you how to make a proper moonlander, which I actually would like to do right now. Oh, Gabe, hey, what's up, man? Contact me on Gmail or something, dude, because I'd like to get you on the Too Many Chefs. I was just about to say no hard feelings. I want to get you on Too Many Chefs, and I don't know how to contact you, so please do that. He says, hey, bro, how are you? It's snowing bad in Texas. Sorry for not responding to you a couple days ago. Too many chefs. No worries, man. No Wi-Fi and power outages in my area. Hey, man, I feel for you. It sounds like it's shit. Like everyone having to deal with this stuff, and yeah, it's not fun, I bet. But yeah, I personally want to get to the moon. It's been a while since I've played this game, or that I've gotten to the moon. And let me tell you, man, I was playing this game since version 0.3, and there weren't anywhere close to the number of features that there are now then. So landing on the moon was literally like landing on the moon, I guess, in the 60s, where it's white knuckle tight. Like you don't even know if you're going to make it, because it's just everything's going off, all these alarms, and it's just like, yeah, it's it was a challenge, and it was fucking so glorious when I accomplished it. Oh man. Now, I want to do this. So let's get to the fucking moon. First and foremost, we're going to build a proper capsule. We're going to have to use this rocket here. And we're going to have to adapt it accordingly, obviously. These are gone. These are gone. And let's see what else. Fuel tanks. Biggest bad boys around. Style, that's for the plane. Oh, you know what's also cool is there's an option here before. It allows you to basically clone. You could clone this thing, basically. Save this as VX. All right, so this actually will need a docking point. So couplers, clampatronic, bam. Structural. No, it was a payload. It's for planes. Service 205. Okay. All right. So we're gonna need power. We're also going to need fuel and let's see here, probably some science as well. We're doing a I've got to decide right now, are we doing a direct moon descent, as in one stage to land and to go off again, or we're going to do like Apollo, which is the 2-stage and meet in orbit. That's going to be a challenge. Let's go Apollo. Let's go big. Man, because there's so much you can do. Like, you can add all these experiments on here and like do all this shit. Damn it. This is why it takes hours to fucking play this, because just thinking about, okay, well, what's my mission parameter? What am I doing exactly? Like, I want to go to the moon, but like, what else do I want to do? Do I just want to like land directly, or do I want to like have to meet up in orbit again and do a crew transfer? All right. Well, I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna go Apollo. That's what we're gonna do. So what we need is we need the fuel. If you guys want me to play some music in the background, I can do that too. I can just play some radio or something. Let's see here. It's looking more like Apollo. You're out of touch, I'm out of time. I can still sing better than blown in the fog. I'm out of touch, you're out of time. I know that's wrong, but whatever. Okay, so we need monopropellants, yep. That's our monopropellant. It's going to essentially allow us to maneuver in the orbit of planets. Alright, so next up we want fuel, regular style fuel. Let's see here. What's this? If anyone wants to call in, you can. Would keep me from sounding stupid. So I'm not a fan of that. That doesn't seem like enough fuel. Put them in here too. Okay, well, that's sufficient fuel, should be. How about some monopropellant? Hopefully that works. Well, that was fun. I'm also going back to the chat here. Danny MT says, yeah, not too many people are happy with ERCOT, 4 million insurance. Oh yeah, that shit. Chat says, Dave, what is your take on Civilization series? Have you played any of them? Absolutely. I remember playing the first one. That was a great game. I haven't played in a long time, to be honest. So I guess anything past 3 I've never played. But it was a great fucking series. So we need to make sure that this has power. Now we're gonna have solar panels on the outside, but this is the issue here: is figuring out how we're gonna do this internal. Batteries. One of these should be sufficient. What I'm trying to do here is trying to figure out something. Okay, this might work. That's a weird thing. Okay. Weird. So what we need is batteries. We need fuel tanks for monopropellant and for oxidizer. We can always use these. Always use these if we create a core. Something in the middle we can Okay, so that we need enough fuel. It's not attached. These had 1,000 charge, while these are 400, so 2 of them provide substantial amount of electricity. If I try to do it up here. Alright, we'll do that. That should be more than sufficient amount of electricity for this, plus the amount of solar panels that we're going to add. So now we need, actually might as well do those now. What are these? 3 and 2. Let's go for the long ones. This is the top ship. Actually, oh, I know what we're going to do. sexy looking ship once it's done. Alright, so we got our batteries, should be more than enough. We got our fuel, which is questionable. We need monopropellant, and we need extra fuel. I'm a little concerned about this. Even if I add more. Okay, let me check this out quick. Because it really is about checking the numbers. Yeah, you can fuck around and just go for it and try to go with gut, but you know what? You might as well have a pad and paper, you know, ready to go, because if you really want to survive, then you got to be fucking paying attention. So, let's see here. 24 and 29. This is substantially more than these little ones here, but we do want, because you can double them up, so we do want 360. Oh man. Oh man. Quite the challenge. See, I want to make it light. I want to make it be able to not weigh down the craft so much, but it needs enough fuel for, you know, just in case. Yeah, we're not going to be able to pull this off with this. Okay, so we need the fuel. It's as simple as that. We're going to need the fuel. Definitively, bigger, but we can work with this. So we've got a lot of monopropellant, which is might be unnecessary, and substantial amount of fuel. This isn't a bad thing, actually. I think we are going a little too much with the monopropellant, but we could substitute it with either experiments, which, you know, is what they said they did during the Apollo stuff. But by having this amount of monopropellant, you can actually try to essentially avoid having to use so much of your main fuel, because that's the big thing, is that's what's getting you home. That's the big stuff. We're not really going to be doing many experiments or anything. And yeah, okay. So, do that then. It's a little excessive, though. That's the thing, though. It's a little excessive. I'm just not too sure if we need so much monopropellant. Yeah, I don't think we do. All right. Save that. Let's go with a little bit more fuel. All right. So that looks very similar to Apollo. And in fact, I think we're actually going to equip this stuff with some tools. It's not really, they're not really going to do much, but actually no, they won't go on this. It could be on the outside, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, so we should have sufficient battery, monopropellant, and main fuel for this thing to maneuver itself around the moon and be able to essentially hold on to a lunar module and meet up with it later. So it should be good. Close that up. Also wondering if we're going to change the configuration of that. Yeah, let's do it a little space XY. This is going to be good. Alright, so, by the way, phone lines are open, Skype lines are open. You want to call in, just hang out. I'd appreciate it. To allow me to multitask without getting distracted too much. Alright, so we need to put on our RCS thrusters. This is a good spot for these. Get these ones here, nice and even, and they're not going to destroy the solar panels, which we can move. And they don't normally do so, but I try to consider the realistic aspects of it. So, all right, and then we do want, at least I do like to have these. Try to figure, because of the center of mass here, I'm trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to place these. Yeah, that'll be a good spot actually, because it's going to be heavier down here. Okay, so I'm going to save that, and we're going to attach this. Okay, perfect. So this is the beginnings of our lunar rocket. Right now, my concern is to get around the moon. That's all. I'm not interested in getting a lander on there, although I can. I also want to find out why the fuck this is doing this. This is supposed to be flush. So maybe I can find something under aerodynamics. Once you start messing with nuclear reactors and stuff, that's very cool. There's also modules like to add more people to the capsule and so forth. Where is this shit? It's not this one. These ones actually have like for 2 rockets and shit. That's not what we want. Probably one of these thin fuel tanks. So many pieces, though, you know, so many parts. It's sometimes hard to find them. It's gotta be in fucking structures. I don't understand why I'm not finding it here. Weird, I just got a craving for a BK Whopper. Very strange. Must be pregnant. Son of a fucking bitch. I know you're somewhere here, asshole. I know I'm missing some. I'm missing some here. Maybe it's this one. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to work out because it's still going to be the same shit. Oh. I know there's something. There's got. I've done this before. Fuck it. If not, there's more fuel. There we go. Son of a bitch. What am I missing here? Something else. 150. Okay, so this'll get us into orbit. Oh, this will get us into injection. This will get us fully into orbit. This will supposedly get us around the moon. Just in case, structurally, we're going to add some struts here. Those. We'll add more. Fucking around, so I'm going to do that again. So, this will be a challenge to lift up. Let's see how far this thing can go without boosters. So now it's time to figure out our launch. That. Then. Alrighty. Let's do this.
Someone buy me a pizza, man.
Okay, so we are now essentially oriented, but we are going to wait just a moment here, just because of the fact that it's going into night, and as such we want to wait until morning before we commit to a launch. So it's very cool. You'll actually see down right now there's an object there that is rotating in the sky, and you can see it. That little dot there. You're going to see my mouse just go beneath it right now. Oops, there it is. And we also have a beautiful view of the sky as well. Yeah, the jazz music in the game is enjoyable. It's relaxing. Now, as you'll notice, we do have a three-man crew, or a three-man capsule, but only one person is, or one Kerbal is filling in that spot, and that is Valentina Kerman. But we don't need three people to orbit the moon. We can do this essentially just with one person. But yeah, beautiful graphics. We are going time warped here. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're just about at noontime. Throttle up. we're going to want to begin our roll about usually about 25 kilometers up. It's a good speed. We start to reduce our thrust, and it's okay that our altitude is going down because we can just alternate it. So we still have a substantial amount of fuel. Well, not a substantial amount on this one, but this is what was made to essentially get us into orbit. Right now, we've spent on this last amount of fuel. Okay, that should give us more than enough to be able to get a stable orbit. And what we're just waiting for right now to get a little closer to the apoapsis. What I'm intending on doing is trying to use this last amount of fuel here to just give us that little extra boost. But we want to make sure that it lands in the ocean. We don't want that hanging around in orbit. So what we want to make sure also is that this is a challenge, especially with such a large rocket. Is that the mass of this thing is difficult to maneuver, and if I activate the thrusters, it's actually going to take a lot of fuel to do so. So you're just looking for these key points to be able to expend that just slight amount of fuel, but essentially just give you that necessary boost to make it worthwhile. So we're just going to do that. Okay, so now that fuel is spent. We've now moved to the next stage. We're going to thrust up a bit. Actually, we're going to have a low thrust. And then cut. So you can see these portions, although they are leaving behind, they're going to eventually fall into this location here. What we're waiting for right now is to get to this point. Our pointer needs to be in there, which is going to be at 90 degrees, which is going to be perpendicular to the Earth's surface. We need to be there because we need to circularize. We need to make sure. Hold on. We need to make sure that when we're at that point, we can fire exactly at that direction, which will allow us to gain a stable and sort of near perfect. So if I keep that. Fire late. You gotta be quick on this stuff. really want to be here, pointing perpendicular, because that's when the thing just really, there we go. This is where you get, see, watch how efficient now it gets. You stay at the same spot, your orbit is getting perfect. You're going to be able to circularize it exactly as you need to. But you do need to watch a little bit and keep your course up there. We are burning fuel, but this is the whole purpose of this particular stage, is to get us into a circularized orbit and to potentially still have enough to keep us, you know, to give us a little extra push. So let's just keep doing that here. Keep an eye on the periapsis. There we go. Okay, 100. And we're about 133, so it's not that bad. If we get down to here at 103, we can bring this down 30 kilometers so that we're both sides are essentially at 103 kilometers. So now that we've actually maintained or attained a stable orbit, let's just check our systems out here. We want to activate the solar panels, which I could have actually put onto a hotkey, and that would have actually, with one key of my keyboard, it would have just basically activated them all. But that's fine. All right, so here we go. They're extending, as you can see. And obviously they're going to orient themselves to the sun there. And yeah, that amount of fuel that we have left there is going to get us to the moon, no problem. I'm already committed, people. I'm not going nowhere. We might as well fucking go for a trip around the moon. Why not? Valentina looks like she's having fun. Let's see what else here. We can always open up these things if we want, if we ever wanted to inspect them, although there's no real point unless we need to repair them. And yeah, you can do repairs in this game too, which is very cool. All right, so let's see here. Where are we? The moon is over there. Well, you know what? Fuck it, we're already here. We're going to the fucking moon. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to point directly towards the horizon. Oops, no. No. Okay. We need to be pointing that direction. And I need to be monitoring our fucking fuel here. As soon as the moon pops over the fucking horizon, we need to point and just shoot. And it's about to show up. See that? So, we just have to be ready. Electric charge looking good. Got a lot of monopropellant. Concerned about the... well, actually, no, that's this stage. Okay, so that's good. We still have substantial fuel in this stage. So, we just have to... just gotta be ready. I'm gonna overcompensate. Also, just to throw in a little drama, I mentioned to Joe about playing this game for the longest time. He never did. His loss, because he could have, again, done great things with him, just like he could have done great things with me, in regards to anything space or conspiracy, whatever. But I did recommend that he try this game out, play it, and realize how could have made him some money or something. So I'm very much monitoring our ascent here. We're just waiting for that one point where the moon shows up, and it's almost here. We just need to wait for it to show up around the horizon, then we shoot. This is going to be good.
That's right, Fistlove. I'm going to the moon, mon. Straight to the moon, mon. The ultimate warrior's going to the moon, mon.
There we go. You see? She's breaching. That's what the doctor said. Just want to get a final alignment. There we go. We are now on course. Now watch this. Here's our orbit. The moon's going to be coming up this way. This is our apogee, or apotheosis. Now I got to slow down here because this is going to go quick. But what we're trying to do is try to get captured by the moon's gravity well. Okay. What do we got here? Periapsis, which is the closest distance, at 1 million miles. That's too far away. Nope. We want closer. 489,000. Could be closer. Still, we can adjust it. We're now on free fall towards the moon's gravity well. So, using a Holloman transfer, which is what we just did, we are now proceeding towards the moon. Periapsis 489,000 meters, and I'm going to try to lower that. $80 kilometers. That's good. I don't want to get any closer because I believe it's about at the 30 to 60 kilometer. I got to look back on it. It's been a while since I played this. That you'll find mountain ranges. So you might be orbiting at 60 kilometers above the surface, which doesn't work on Earth or on Kerbal, but it does on the Mun, which is the moon here. But because there's mountains that are so tall that you could be orbiting and you'll just smash into it. So we got to be careful here. Let me go back to the chat as we're falling towards the moon. And I pronounce it the moon because that is the whole gag, but it's spelled M-U-N, so there is a difference between that whole thing. Speaking of which, actually, maybe I'll show that to you guys here. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so this is Kerbal, and that's its moon. There's an additional moon for Kerbal. It's called Minimus, or Minmus. And considered analogous for Earth. By the way, all these things are asteroids. And they could be small little asteroids or literally fucking planet-ending asteroids. Then you've got here, which is called Eve. That's the that's analogous to Venus. Eve, Venus, haha. Very thick atmosphere, very hard to get off of. This is called Moho. This is our Mercury equivalent. Then there's Duna. That's Mars. Dress, I can't remember. It's more like rocky. It's not really a gas giant, but these bad boys are. Fucking Jewel. That's the Jupiter. That's got tons of moons orbiting around it. And then Ilu. And yeah, I believe Ilu right now is the furthest one away, but regardless. As we scroll back in here, we'll see that we are still on free fall. And if we go here, we see that we are functional. Fuel is looking good. The good thing, though, is that we essentially, with this, hold on, is that we have, as you can see, very little fuel left in this particular stage 4. So as we proceed down to the moon, we can essentially eject it at any point that we wish. Hold on, let me just... Actually, there was a command that did that. Hold on. I'm trying to... There was a command that would let you go to full screen and not... oops. No. There we go. F2. Okay, so... Capsule is going to go this way. Approach the moon's gravity well. And... if I, at this point... Actually, if at any point I eject... the fuel tank that's currently connected that has very little fuel is going to continue on this course. Hold on. And essentially just shoot off into this direction. Now what I could also do is I could wait until this point, eject it, and actually fire the rocket so that it lands in the moon. So it actually crashes in the moon. And I just attain a proper orbit, because we're not going to do well, actually we could do if you look. The bottom line is that if I wanted to, I could stay on this orbit and just do a slight adjustment. It falls back to Earth or to Kerbal, or I just stay on there and it'll literally just keep me in this orbit, and at any point I could just close it down. I could basically be up here at the apogee, pull this orbit in, and just fall right to Earth. There's so many different things. So, this game is fucking awesome. I challenge everyone who likes cool stuff to try it out. Shout out to YR, who's there in the chat. Johnson Space Station here. Cat and Rose, do you read? This is actually Flight Commander Dave Rose coming in from Canadian Star Force One. But yeah, let's forward this here. I would love to show you the meteors too, because the cool thing is that you can actually you can deorbit asteroids in this game. You can make them crash into Earth. You can actually just make them a new satellite of Earth. You can put a base on them. There's a lot of stuff. Very cool. So let's get this going here. We want to get to the moon. Slow down, slow down. Don't be so quick. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Moon encounter happens in 2 hours, according to this, but we're getting there. Okay, so... we're now going to approach the moon as it comes in here. Okay, this is where the moon is right now. It's going to come in here, and as soon as it gets to, to this point, the gravity is going to affect us, and it's going to actually pull us in. But unless we change at that point, we're just going to bounce right off it, and just the gravity is just going to slingshot us away. So, what do we need to do? This is our retrograde. That's reverse direction. That's where we want to point towards, and then fire our fuel, which we don't have that much. But once we're in that position, and we have substantial monopropellant to move us there without spending our fuel, we can actually make sure that we use it as efficiently as possible, and that we might even be able to get to crash land on the moon. Irish Dave, this game is one of the greatest games fucking ever. It's so much fun, and there's so much you can do with it. And it's just, yeah, you can have just a ton of fun just fucking around you, making jets and shit. Alright, so we're just about to hit that point. Look how it changes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay. So now, this is what's happening. The moon is moving in this direction, and we're following because we came this direction. The moon's gravity is wrapping us around it, right? But it's going to shoot us right out, and probably out of this, you know, the Kerbal system, or the localized system here, if we don't make any corrections. So I'm going to forward this a bit so you can see what happens. Okay, so now what's happened is it kept moving, the moon kept moving, and now we're getting to this point. What I want to do, and the moon is a fucking beautiful thing, is I want to get us into... Oops, no. I want us to get into a retrograde. The problem is it's using so much fuel because this thing is fucking heavy as fuck. There's a lot of mass to carry. If you think I knew about politics, then you haven't seen anything yet when it comes to my knowledge of astrophysics and dynamics. So, we are on a perfect trajectory here. We got a little bit left, and we've got a lot of leeway. We can fire this shit off, still correct ourselves, and not have to worry because these this particular stage of the rocket will just be thrown out into space. Or, and this is where, you know, science comes into play. If, for example, you're trying to run seismological tests on the moon, as has purportedly been done before, you're going to want to be able to throw down a spent fuel tank so that you can observe what kind of material is thrown up by that impact. Does the moon reverberate? Is there earthquakes? Whatever. You know, and there's a lot of documentation towards this and stuff. Regardless of whether or not you believe the Apollo moon landing was manufactured in such a way as to present visuals that might not have necessarily been true, but may have not necessarily refuted the fact that man has been to the moon. So, I'll leave that there for you people. Also, almost 666 meters per second. Very intriguing. But yeah, let's go back to the view here. It's so detailed, and you think that, yeah, this looks okay. Well, wait till we get to the ground. And I'm not going to risk it with this one, but we're gonna try to get as close to the surface as possible without risking the Kerbinaut's life. But once I can make a video landing with a proper lander and everything, and I'll probably, depending on the results of this, is how I will add a lander to this. But yeah, landing on the moon is the most fun, in my opinion. It's just so fucking cool because you can, like, it's just like the gravity is totally different. So you're bouncing around. You can technically get off the planet if you go fast enough. So if you're in a rover and you go fast enough and then you jump off the rover at the right time and then activate your jetpack, you'll probably be able to make it into orbit. But yeah, it's really cool. Like, you can really take this seriously. You could just fucking have a ball. It's how many miles per hour says wire? I don't know. You do the calculation yourself. I'm making sure that I'm keeping this Kerbinaut alive. And she looks like mellow yellow with keeping the mouth open for literally hours on end without fucking closing it. So, and considering mellow yellow does look like this tranny called Jessica Yaniv, who's been... That's where the whole meme came from of wax my balls bigot, because this Canadian tranny tried to sue everyone that, you know, didn't want to give her a fucking Brazilian wax or him, and it's because he's got balls. So, how close are we? We got some bit to go. We don't want to, the thing is though, with these sorts of maneuvers, you got to be as accurate as possible. Because if we started firing now, we'd waste fuel, and it would be a lot easier, a lot more efficient to do it right. So, let's just do a little speed up here. Almost there. Okay, so we got about 1 minute. Like I said earlier, we need to fire early. SAS is activated. Alright, let's fire it up. See how much more efficient that is? And we still have a little bit more left. Problem is now that this is going to stay in orbit unless we crash it. Which looks like it's going to probably stay in orbit. So. Or not. Or maybe it is. Yeah. Alright, so we got a nice orbit here. The 54, that's concerning. Because it's should be far enough, but you know, there's challenges sometimes. All right, so back here. How are we gonna do this? We want to get out of orbit, so we want to crash into the ship. There goes our stage 3. This is unfortunately going to remain in orbit. You can see here. Actually, if this diminishes, though, no, it's not. It's too high. There's no atmosphere to drag it. Yeah, that thing's going to stay in orbit. That's actually something of real life that people need to consider. Is that a lot of the times, because a lot of rockets are disposable, you need to put them into an orbit so that they'll fall back to Earth and actually burn up and not actually land on somebody's house. So there's a lot of shit that goes into this. Back to the chat here. Wire says, we are learning and being entertained at the same time. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. At least some people are. To me, this is fucking a passion, and, you know, even more than politics almost. This is just something that I could fucking get so into. Again, let's go into the motivation of Dave Rose. Dave Rose has always said the same thing. We should be living amongst the stars. That's my motivation. That's why I won't fucking tolerate joggers or any fucking Joe Cronin, oh, you know, you're a racist bullshit. No, we should be living amongst the stars, not fucking wasting time trying to play victim and pander to fucking garbage, okay? So, what does he say? It's like GTA, but in space. That'd be kind of cool. GTA in space. Float around, shoot shit. Wire says, usually not a fan of watching others play video games, but it's definitely interesting. Thank you, Rose. Well, thank you for joining us. And it is fun, actually, to have people around. And, you know me, Mr. Nerd, fucking tells you something you never even wanted to know or ever was interested in. But hey, you're a little bit better for knowing it. But, yeah. So, we got Valentina here. She's cruising in space. This is what the docking port looks like when you open it. So you can always dock with space station or another craft, anything like that. And yeah, it's cool because it does protect you. Now the question is, do we have enough fuel to get back to Earth? Absolutely. You can see that for a fact. Oxidizer, liquid fuel. Monopropellant, electric charge, ablator, which is just our heat shield, which we don't have to worry about really. But we are fucking golden. We are fucking golden here. We could hang out in front of the moon forever. But you know what's cool though is now we're going to actually experience what the, you know, what any individual that goes through, you know, that orbits the moon, I should say, or any satellite, is that once you're out of visual contact with the Earth, your signal goes down. You can't be transmitting information. Now, the cool thing is in this game, you can actually put satellites around a planet. And yeah, you might be on the dark side, but it's beaming up to the satellite, which is beaming to another satellite, which is beaming back to the fucking planet. So you can stay in constant radio communication. It's fucking, like, this game,
Sky's the limit, oh yeah! God damn it, yeah! Getting a nerdgasm. Damn it, yeah!
Let's see here. Unemployed Clam says, likewise, Wire, this is actually peaceful. I'm glad that I've been able to bring some peace. Wire says, we are here at Johnson Space Center, Houston, guiding you to your moon landing, Captain Rose. Favorite dry space snacks on board? Well, as always, we've got the dehydrated Neapolitan ice cream. That's delicious. You can get that at Space Camp. We got some Canadian beef jerky, because that's been dehydrated as well, and some Tang, because you can't get the poontang without the Tang. So, next up on the list here. This basically, the good thing though is this proves that our concept works. Okay. We now have a an orbiter that can get to the moon fully fueled. Okay? And the monopropellant, okay? So the stuff that powers this shit, right? Just thrusters, right? It was all installed in here, but it was actually working on the 2 and 3 stages before it, which means that not only it had enough fuel to be able to control such very heavy portions of the rest of the ship, but it still has more than enough to literally run a circus. Okay? So we've now proven that we have a very efficient, whoops, can't do that. How did I fuck up our... Oh, here's another thing that you can do. To avoid shit like that, right-click on your engine, shut down engine. So you can increase the thrust all you want, and you won't pull a Dave Rose. But what we've done is essentially proven, we've completed a proof of concept. We've got now a moon orbiter that can get into lunar orbit without, basically with full fuel cells, with everything fully fueled. So considering that's the case, this could definitely be something that could go even further than the moon. So this is looking very good, especially since this is the platform I'm going to be using to create the actual lander. So that's going to take a little bit of more effort to do, but regardless, that's what's going to happen, and this will be the backbone of it. So we'll have to give it some good name or something. But it was, after all, the No Hard Feeling crew that inspired me to make this. But since we're in orbit actually right now, so let me go back to the chat here. Wire says, in Houston area, there's a place for kids next to Johnston called Space Center Houston. IMAX space movies, exhibits, more for kids, but very fun and educational. Yeah, I hear that, was it in Cape Canaveral as well as Houston, they've got their space camp. Now, they even have one in Montreal, but, you know, it's Canadian, so obviously it's, you know, not real. But, yeah, let's take a look at this here. So, since we're in a stable orbit, we're going to go for a little EVA. I remember what the key is. No, that wasn't what I was looking for, was it? No. Oh. What? Oh. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So, we're going to let go. We're in a stable orbit right now. Oop. So yeah, we're in the dark side here, but we are doing a little inspection. So this is supposedly what they did during Apollo 13. And it's a little difficult to maneuver in the dark, especially when oh my god. This is where it gets freaky because I'm fuck. I'm the only fucking pilot for this craft. And if I get too far away, then I'm fucked. So yeah, it could be white knuckle tight. But if you can stabilize yourself. And there we go. So now we're gonna board again and empty our diaper. So we're getting 0 charge now because we're totally in the dark. Even the sun isn't hitting us. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've lost altitude. We've lost altitude. Oh no. Oh fucking no. This is not what I expected. This is not what I expected at all. We need to... Fuck. What the fuck? We got a problem. Houston, we got a major fucking problem. Major fucking problem. Should not have happened. I don't know what the fuck is going on. We got one chance. What? Oh shit. We done fucked up. We lost fuel. We lost structural integrity. It's unfortunate, but Valentina looks like she's going to, yeah, she's freaking the fuck out. Yeah, you know it. You're not going to survive this one. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're even going to be able to see your remnants here because, yeah. This is terrible, terrible news. Terrible news for Valentina. Oh, well. So, I guess that I guess the lunar orbiter needs some work, because it went from being fully fueled and ready to go to essentially somehow losing all its fuel and causing the death of another Kerbonaut. And yeah, I bet she's not too pleased. Yep, she's not too pleased at all. Oh well. I mean, what can you do? You're expendable. Valentina, you are a comrade. You are expendable. And you do not have choice in this matter. You are here for the glory of the motherland, and that is it. Mohair says, tighten up the orbiter. Houston systems have frozen over. We are now 17 kilometers and falling. Sorry, 170 kilometers. No, hold on. 15 kilometers, sorry. I'm not sure why we're not getting any atmospheric drag here. And here's the worst part is we're doing this on the moon. If this was on Earth, we'd survive. We'd have enough parachutes for this, but I'm just going to forward this because there's no point in extending her death. Well, rip Valentina. Although it looks like... And that was the short life of Valentina. Look at that. But yeah, there's no chance to send a rescue mission there. So I'm gonna actually let's see here. Close this. Quit. I'm gonna go back here. Switch back to this. Check this message. So yeah, that was fun. I mean, didn't expect to go for 3 hours or anything, but just wanted to at least try it out, see if it worked. Didn't get any calls. Nobody bought me a pizza. But yeah, it was fun. I liked playing that out, and I'm gonna try to actually create a proper lander for the moon, and you know, then present it to you guys there. But there's so much, honestly, so much that you can do, and I love working on planes as well, because trying to make a plane hypersonic is such a challenge, especially because of the heat and stuff. But you can make like the Aurora spy plane if you wanted to. You can actually make it so that this thing will get so fast that you can go right into orbit, and there are certain engines that will switch over from using air to using liquid fuel. And basically what this does is, instead of having two types of engines on a plane, is that on a space plane you can have one, and it'll switch over when necessary. So it saves weight, it saves fuel, and it's much more efficient. But you know, if somebody's talked about it in science fiction, you can probably do it. There's nuclear fucking rockets in this. You can actually have a nuclear rocket or an ion rocket or an ion engine that will send you to the far reaches of the solar system. What do you mean they've got plane simulators? What are you talking about? Because you can actually design your own jet in this game if you want to. So, I'm not too sure what you're referring to. You can make a drone even. Let's show you what you can do with hypersonic flight. We just want liquid fuel. We don't want oxidizer. This is exclusively for atmospheric travel. This game is multiplayer wire. You can work in what's it called? In orbit together. Okay, so we're gonna have 2 engines here. Oops. Engines. Basic engine, turbofan. Panther engines. Put those on a separate stage. Save this. Oh, apparently the stream is frozen. Really? Oh, I'm just an idiot and didn't fucking transition back to it. It's not a problem. Alright. Back to it. Okay, so we're going to need intakes. We got our engines. Alright, so we got our wings now. Interesting. Better.
Chad says the wire program you would like Jack in the Box multiplayer party type game online. Sounds kind of cool.
Well, this isn't a space shuttle wire. This is it's just a supersonic plane. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go actually with an outboard wing configuration. I'm worried how fast this fucker's going to go. But fuck it. We're going to need stabilizers here. This might go really fast. Just wondering where else I can add a air intake. That should be good. I need landing. This might actually be good enough on its own. But let's see what we can do. We need landing wheels here. Sufficient clearance. Hopefully that works. Not too sure if it will. But, let's try that. That should work. Yep, that should work just fine. Let's see. Anything else? Let's just see how it flies right now. All right, so throttle up. Problems here. Instability. Bullfrog, no, bullfrog, no. That was fast. Well, we've got some instability features here, people. Let's see if we can figure this out. Not sure if that's going to work, but got engine problems for sure. Oh, you know what else I need? I need control flaps. Ain't gonna go nowhere if you don't have any fucking flaps. Oh man. Yeah, it's obviously a problematic device nonetheless, but let's push it to the limit. Dynamics. That might help. Something wrong with that engine. There we go. Take a look at the right where there's an actual landing pad there. But it's kind of hard to land on, so I'm just going to see how fast and far we can go. on surface speed and altitude. What about meters or something? 3,000 feet. Right now our flight path is taking us over water. I could probably go back to base, but I want to get up as high as we can and get as fast as this plane can get. See what its limitations are. Well, then I'll have to adjust my volumes. This is the first time I'm doing it. Trying to get the plane to rise here. Notice surface speed slowing down. These engines aren't very efficient at all. Alright, fuck it. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna head towards the island. So unresponsive, it's fucking flying a brick. See if I can at least show you guys what's above sea level. Probably trying to see some objects there. We're going really fast here. There's clearly another part of the jet that's still fucking working. Because you hear that noise, right? Yeah, there it exploded. But that's the island. This is why this game is so great. Let's go to the Space Center. Yeah, I mean, I think I've shown you guys enough of this. I'll be doing more now that I know it works and stuff, and doing, things both like just showing my latest design to get to the moon, trying to emulate, Apollo, or naming certain Kerbals as characters in the community, and just having fun, watching them fly into a wall like we just saw, or something else like that, because that's always fun. But hey, that's it. That's it, guys. I mean, I'm hungry. I need to eat. And I hope that you guys at least had some enjoyment out of this. And, I appreciate you guys being here, letting me know how it was functioning, and just giving me a better idea as to how my computer's functioning, because now I can run this. I can run Apex Legends, which seems like a cool game, and Nikki's gonna show me the ropes, as it were. And yeah, hopefully we'll get more people from the community to play that game so that we can have some fun. But yeah, this is a game, KSP, Kerbal Space Program, that I hope to participate in more often with people in the community, and at least, talk about it and just have some fun. It's a fucking great game, and it's a smart game. So, yeah, I guess that's it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. And I'm sure I will see you very soon. Have a pleasant evening and a happy tomorrow.